checking out the tail of the tape. Knight, a decade younger, same height of 5'8", as we said, 140-pound bout. A couple of debut fighters, Southpaw versus Yong, and I like Yong's style.
I'll tell you
Slick.
what, when you look at Yong, he looks like he could be 22. He could fool me for 22. That is a young-looking kid. I'll tell you. Then again, JR, most people are young compared to you and I.
Well,
I mean, that's just the way it is.
There's that.
You know, you keep thinking that your body will do things that it did at 22, and no. Slick is Yong style, and Southpaw is Mikkel Knight style. And there's this Mikkel Knight Sr., obviously, because he's a junior.
Yeah, because he's a junior.
I can't add many things up. That one I can get.
Carrying the family's namesake.
The fourth and final boxing match of the evening here at the Cheyenne Sparta card, and then we will get into some MMA action.
Ladies and gentlemen, this super lightweight boxing bout is brought to you by ATR Training System. Let's meet our fighters first. Fighting out the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, from Denver, Colorado, representing a family affair boxing, Johnet Yong. And his opponent, fighting out of the Nutrition Company of Cheyenne blue corner, from Aurora, Colorado, representing Just Jameson, the Knight Rider, Mikkel Knight Jr.
All right, guys, went over the rules. Keep a clean, fair fight and listen to me at all times. If you're going to touch them up, do it now, and let's bang.
You know, when I heard the nickname Knight Rider, I perused the parking lot just to check, JR.
See if Kid had that
just
red
to see
eye
if Kid
going.
was there. That's it. Seen some references here to some older times, for sure. All right, here we go. We've seen some good fights so far. These guys are coming out trading immediately.
And these 140-pounders willing to exchange.
Yeah, a little wild there, but
it.
Mikkel Knight scoring with that overhand. That's at left, but both fighters coming out willing to throw. Little wild there. I think Knight's telegraphing his punches a little bit, JR.
And Yong doing a nice job listening to his corner. They called for the right hook, and Yong wound up and threw it. So hearing his corner, which is not an easy thing to do early in a career. A lot of fighters never have that skill set. Be interesting to see how the gas holds out. This 140-pound guy is always quick, always in good shape, but wow, these two are just really putting it on.
Yeah, the pace is big time. Yong with the overhand left and then a right.
In the corner of Yong, a family affair boxing, imploring him to just keep going.
Wow. The wildness has settled down just a little bit. Starting to settle down now, JR, as a couple of punches here, and Knight's able to score a little bit.
Yeah, Yong took a couple of shots that snapped his head around. Knight
Left
looks
by
like
Yong.
He's starting to get the timing of Yong a little bit.
Yep, a little bit.
Starting to read it.
Couple hits on the break. I think Yong's done enough in this opening round, but Knight's starting to get a little bit of the feel of it. And again, the wildness has gone away a little bit.
And Yong, we talked about the gas tank. Yong pushing his mouthpiece out just a little bit there at the end of the round. See how that plays out here going into round two if he's able to keep that same pace.
That was a little wild in that first 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was.
Boy, you knew family affair boxing could be up here strong when there was boxing to be considered on this card.
Checking out our replay here. Both these guys trying to get a measure on the other, and what they found out is they're pretty even. Knight toward the latter part of the round, starting to read the distance, manage that a little bit better, and but as far as power and speed and strength, seems to be a fairly even match. Round 2 here in our final boxing match of the evening.
I'll be interested to see the pace here in the opening 30 seconds of this round compared to the last one.
Again, it's an outdoor venue. We're feeling a nice, cool little breeze coming through right now.
Knight with the blue gloves, Yong with the red. Knight starting to get a little more comfortable in that ring, throwing out that jab. He scored with it a couple times. Yong comes back with the overhand right.
Knight able to see that right hand coming. It's a good thing because there was some intentions on that one.
Yeah, bad intentions. John kind of leans back a little bit, surveys the scene. But this is a tough fight to score as well.
Another good exchange there. Both guys moving their hands.
Again, debut fight for the Knight Rider. He's in the blue gloves, but both in close proximity.
And I'm hearing both corners, and both corners are saying the same thing.
Good overhand
go,
right.
Go.
Knight Rider's starting to score a little bit.
And Yong finally takes a couple of deep breaths.
Young's corner's definitely louder, but it feels like Knight's had the better of the exchanges in this round.
Agreed. I feel he's starting to pull forward just a little bit.
Good right hand.
Some of the harder punches.
Yeah, Young's taking some punishment right now up against the cage, and Knight's throwing some punches with 34 seconds left in this round.
Yong, good job circling himself off the cage, comes back with the right hand. Wise move by Knight to tie him up there a little bit.
Now, this is the crowd noise that we've missed in the fights. Knight's kind of backing off now. 10 seconds left in this round. Let's see if anybody gets a combination here. It's been a close round.
And again, I'm seeing Yong pushing the mouthpiece out a little bit.
Yeah, he looks tired.
Taking some deep breaths. Still moving about the same, but
I tell you what.
You're correct, he does look a little tired.
Yeah, looking at this fight, this to me looks like a 1-1 round. This third round is going to decide it all.
Neither fighter using the stools here, so.
Family Affair just didn't bring any stools.
Yong winding up on his punches, trying to hit with some authority that allows Knight the chance to see him coming. We talked about that distance management by Knight, doing a good job closing in.
Yeah, good punch there.
Or hitting his opponent well, and then being out of range.
Good uppercut that Knight scored with there. Both fighters missed with some punches as well. It'll be interesting to see what kind of shape Yong's in this third round. He looked a little gassed.
Yong comes out throwing the clubbing overhand right, but didn't land. And I think maybe we have a clash of heads.
Yep. A little bit of holding too. That's just a warning, first warning. Yep.
I think, like you said, it was for holding and hitting. And Knight really pushing the pace.
Yeah.
Yong wants to keep up with it.
Oh, Knight scores with a big left there, JR. One of the best punches of the fight right there. He's got to make sure not to hold the rest of this fight. He can't afford a point right now. This is a close fight.
Knight doing a good job moving in, sticking his opponent, then backing out of range.
Again, scores on Yong. Knight's busier fighter in this round.
Yong just bullying his way forward there. I mean, he literally just put his head in his opponent's chest and rammed him into the cage.
Last minute of this fight. Yong lands a punch.
Yong trying to press forward in this final minute.
You know, the one thing, too, is Knight's got to remember not to hold. That's probably crossing his mind once you've been warned. The one way to do that, just keep throwing punches. Oh, big left hand by Yong. But back comes Knight.
Yong able to put his foot on the gas a little bit here at the end of the fight.
Yep, Yong is
I'm going to call that a little bit of a comeback by the family affair fighter.
Yeah, Young's tired now. He put a lot of gas in that last one. This is a close fight. 23 seconds left. Anybody's fight still. Who's going to be the busier fighter those last few seconds?
And what a telling few seconds it could be.
Knight scoring. Boy, this is going to be an interesting decision.
These guys putting it out there for us. Well done.
Wow. JR,
Some excitement.
Whatever the decision is, something's telling me it's a split decision. Red corner was perfect coming into this one. This was a lot of missed punches, JR, that when both these guys get a little more experience, anytime you get a warning like that, then it's in your head, okay, what can I not do?
Yep, checking out the replay here, and Yong had staggered Knight for just a second there, and Knight wanted to come immediately back and show he was still in the fight, and he did a good job of it. Nice bit of toe-to-toe action there to end the fight for us.
You know, they may put us on the Wyoming visitors board right now because this may be the most pleasant night I've ever spent in Wyoming. This is a tough fight, JR. We're paid to call the fight and not score it, but as you call a fight, you get a sense of what's going on in it. I thought Yong won the first round. I thought the second round, to me, went to Knight, and it'll be interesting how they score this third round. Yong was busy for that minute to 30 seconds left, and I think Knight had the better of it. I think you're going to see a split decision here, and I don't know who's going to come out on top.
Even fight.
I think Knight's got some talent. You know, when you go in there for the first time, it's different. You know, you're throwing wildly, and you waste a lot of energy with missed punches.
That's for sure. Boy, just remember how much energy these guys poured out in the first 30 seconds of this fight, too. Quite impressive they were able to keep that strong pace throughout.
So you pretty much have watched every card, haven't you, in your off time?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for your decision. Judge number 1 scores about 29-28, Knight Jr. Judge 2 scores about 30-27, Yong. And judge number 3 scores about 30-27 for your winner by split decision, Mikkel Knight Jr.
Split decision.
I don't know what the 30-27 card was, but I thought that he won the fight, JR. I think he was being called for, the holding calls coming from that corner. I don't know if there was that much holding.
Well, congratulations to Mr. Knight going home with the victory. We'll get a word from our sponsors and